Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Solstice Gathering. I'm Shanta Gabriel. Kelly Beard is here in the Hollywood Squares there with us. She's here and joining us to talk to us some more about this time, these seasons, the full moon, all of the aspects of life that we are immersing ourselves into in this beautiful, beautiful time. So let's begin with a little heart connection. Just breathe into your heart for a moment. You want to close your eyes, you can. I'm going to have mine closed. We're breathing in gratitude right now. We're breathing in appreciation. And of course, we're breathing in divine light. We're calling on the light from the highest source there is, and we're asking that this light align with the highest source energy, with our higher selves, with each of the energy centers all the way down through the core of our being, to the base of our spine. Deep, deep connection to the earth and well-being as our only reality. I'm going to let this person in. So we are joining the archangels, the beings of light that work with each of us. We're calling in the higher self, the soul presence of each of the people that are on this call. May all that we do together today bless you and be in the highest good for all concerned. I call especially on the presence of Archangel Uriel, our angel of light. And we give thanks for all the guides, the master teachers, the animals, the ancestors, all the beings that are with us today, guiding us, directing us, grounding the power of light. May we all receive to the depth of our soul. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so it is. Well, thank you, everyone. This is a very exciting day. I know you've heard this, and I'm just going to say it again. We are now, and if you see me stop every now and then, we are letting new people in. And so this is just letting you know. And I don't know how to make it stay on so that they just come in and be with us. So the light that we're now experiencing is the most empowered, the most loving, the most eloquent, the most illuminated light that we've ever had on the planet, ever, ever, ever. It's never been witnessed to this degree before. And I know that you're aware that back in 1987 with the harmonic convergence, that we were told that for the next, through 2012 and beyond, we were going to be receiving downloads of the magnificent light like we've never experienced before. So that has been happening. And in 2012, it took another exponential leap, so that we have this ability to transform our world using light. We become the co-creators to use the light to manifest what we want in our world, to visualize and imagine our world into being. This is a powerful, powerful tool. So this is one of the things that is impacting us today, especially. I'm on the East Coast, so 11:30 tonight is when the solstice actually peaks. And I know that you guys are all in these different time zones, and so you're going to have your own manifestation. I'm not sure if we have anybody here from Australia, but we're welcoming all the light and all the beings that work with the light to it for us today. It does not matter if you're in the southern hemisphere. It does not matter if you're in the northern hemisphere. You have the ability to attract, to absorb, to breathe in divine light to the highest degree possible. It's a powerful, powerful tool. So we're going to be working with that today. We're going to have Kelly Beard come in and talk to us some more, and then we're going to say some prayers. Depending on how much time we have, we can say some prayers, and if we're running out of time, we'll just go straight into a meditation about light. I want you to be able to work with this light, absorb the light into the cellular structure. I read this quote from Einstein one time that said that that the space between all of our cells, right around all our cells, that the space is light. And so we are mostly light. And now we're going to learn how to use it. We're going to practice using it. And we're going to be able to transform the world in a way that really allows our soul gifts to come forward, and our ability to respond to light, to the highest levels of soul empowerment. We're going to be receiving that. So this is just a time like no other. One of the things that has been really impacting me in this light is sometimes there's a difficulty keeping myself grounded. And so that's not exactly a new issue, but has been a little bit more pronounced recently. So you may have been noticing that as well. Kelly will probably talk to us about that. So I asked her if I could do the upper chakras and she could do the lower chakras, and she's going to ground us all. So that's fantastic. We do need that. Archangel Uriel is known as the angel of light. As I said, he is the one that is impacting our third eye chakra. This is that place of illumination, of insight, of inspiration. There's three eyes in the third eye. So when we can remember that and we can work with that, we're expanding the field. We're expanding this field of light all around our crown, all around our upper chakras. We're bringing it into our heart, because this is the place that the connection has been anchored and is being anchored for us in the Aquarian age. So we become a being of light that radiates light from the heart. And this is a really powerful thing to be doing. We are in the midst of an Anustan, that is a spiritual practice. And we have people from all over the world that are doing this practice with us. And one of the things that I'm really aware of is that we are using what's called the Gayatri mantra, which has the Sanskrit purpose and the Sanskrit words are I think I'm going to have to sing this for you today. Maybe we'll do it at the end. The translation of the Sanskrit of this prayer, it's like the oldest prayer on the earth. And what it says is, you who are the great golden light, like the sun, shine through my heart, that I might radiate light into the world. Deep breath. So that is my intention, my prayer for all of us as we go through this time together. And it's going to be ongoing. This light's going to stay with us. And especially today, and tomorrow, there's like a little window here for several days. And what we will be able to breathe in more light and absorb a light into our being in a different way than we've ever been able to before. So it's a magnificent opportunity to sensitize ourselves to the light. And this light carries divine love. This light is the power of infinite intelligence. So it has this momentum, and it has this practical ability to help us anchor what we want to manifest in our lives. So this, one of the changes that is occurring is that we are going to be using the light to manifest that which we prefer to have in our lives, that which we want to experience, that is in attunement with our soul. So the light gives us the ability to do that. And when we can visualize and imagine this, using this light to bless and empower our dreams, everything changes. And this is a part of our time together today. Archangel Gabriel has been talking about divine light since 1990, since I've been connected to him. And so this is such an amazing time to be able to say, yes, everything he said has been true. And we're working with that in a way that we've never been able to before. So one of the things that Archangel Gabriel said is that one who brings light into their body on a regular basis is transformed and is able to radiate light into the world and magnetize the light back into their being. So we become like a lighthouse, a beacon of light out into the world. And it's such a beautiful opportunity for us to use those gifts, because that's what we came to do. That's why we are here. We volunteered for this one. So welcome everyone, and thank you so much for joining our circle of light. So I am going to go ahead and ask Kelly to come on in and talk to us about the solstice and the full moon and anything else you have. So unmute yourself, Kelly, and come back.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, absolutely.
Yay. All right. So happy solstice. It's so good to see your faces. I love this. This is so fun to get together, and I'm so grateful. And before we even got to connect today, Shanta, I was so excited when we did finally connect, and she said Uriel and the light, and it was just so perfect because the stars and planets do support us, and so do the seasons. So we'll start with the season, because there are a couple of things I'd love to just remind you about the season. We get together all the time, and most of you are pros, but just little Kelly reminders that winter, spring, summer, fall is very active. And when we are making a lot of moves and decisions and choices. And so there's a rhythm to the entire year. And like we said, we're celebrating the light. So we're celebrating the maximum light that we can bring into our bodies right now and process and integrate. And we want to take advantage of that for sure. But at every turn of the season, and then for those of you who want to know the astrology part, winter, spring, summer, fall is also associated with Aries, Libra, and Cancer, Capricorn. So those times of year, every year, are kind of active and busy, and we have things coming at us that we might not be able to necessarily control, and choices we have to make that we, it's Mercury retrograde. We got a lot of things going on that don't, let's say, are not conducive to making choices just yet, but we have to make them. So this is the rhythm of the year that I like to get people present to and co-creating with, so they don't feel very victim. We don't want to feel victimized by the rhythm. But the month before winter, spring, summer, fall is associated with, excuse me, Gemini, Sag, and Virgo, Pisces. And they're the processors, or we're the processors. We all have it somewhere. It's where we process our lives mentally, spiritually, physically, and emotionally. And so before we have to make those choices and decisions that winter, spring, summer, fall are associated with, we get a zone, a whole month to process and integrate whatever's come in so far and connect with what we're going to need in terms of information to make informed decisions and choices. And then the month after the season is associated with Leo, Leo Aquarius, and Taurus Scorpio, and they're the fixed energies. So after we've made those choices and decisions, we go to anchor something, or if things are bubbling along or they've completed, it's time to permanently release. So the rhythm for the year is we process, we choose, we anchor. We process, we choose, we anchor. It's just an ongoing rhythm. So knowing where you are in the season helps. Knowing where you are in your personal season, and I get people acclimated to their own natural rhythm with their rising sign. So if anyone wants to just write me directly and find out what that is, I'm happy to tell you. But that's different from your birthday, but it does activate an annual cycle. So we're in the midpoint in our annual cycle as a collective. That's what when summer solstice is. This is the culmination of our winter solstice intention 6 months ago, which is very powerful in and of itself because we have had some rare alignments that are, let's say, part of our fabric, part of our magic, part of our alchemical cauldron that we're mixing things together. I tell people again, the cycles repeat, but we evolve and change, the people around us evolve and change, and the sky pattern evolves and changes. So even though the same cycles repeat throughout your life, we get a chance to meet them differently. We get a chance to do it again. We get another chance to do better every time we walk into a new cycle. And there's all kinds of cycles to connect to. We can do annual, we can do monthly, we can do all kinds of things. So whatever feels good to you is the one you should tap into because that's when you can get super productive. That following the rhythm in my world, earth medicine practice is 101, is just knowing your rhythm and following nature's rhythm so that you're not kind of pushing the river or going against nature or fighting yourself in any way. So this is the time to integrate as much light as possible, to honor the life, death, life cycle itself, to recognize the turning point in the year, because even though we're at maximum light now, it's going to start to recede. And every day is going to start to get shorter as we approach winter. So what have you gotten done since January? And what do you want done by the end of the year? Again, with underlying themes, okay, we started in January with a Saturn-Pluto thing that basically reset our reality. And then we know the world has been in a different zone for the last couple of years. And here we are again, stepping into brand new territory to tell a brand new story. So one of the really big underlying themes is the new story. So what story do you want to tell and what's going on there? So remember now when I'm talking about the flow and the order and the rhythm, in terms of lunar energy that we've been through, we're still very much in the Gemini Sag eclipse portal that led into this solstice portal, which is going to lead into a Cancer Capricorn portal of the new lunation. Now, you got to know that these 3 lunations going into the Leo Aquarius one are all connected. They're all related somehow. We're in a process. We're in an ongoing process for this 3 months. And if I shorthand it, it is the process of awakening our consciousness to new choices and possibilities and options, things that we're going to want to act on and want to commit to soon, but not just yet because Mercury is still backwards. So we have been through this reset with the eclipses that's bigger than the usual full moon, new moon. And we got super moons woven in. So everything is tighter and closer and more exact. And so we have this energy that can carry us a little bit. You know, when we take 1 or 2 steps, the universe carries us the next 3. I promise you. But you do have to take the first 2. And in this zone, we've been shaken up in our consciousness. Now, when we get to Cancer Capricorn, which we're starting this week, is the Capricorn full moon preceding the Cancer new moon. So we have to do our clearing and releasing in the Capricorn department, which is anywhere that you are taking on roles and responsibilities that are no longer yours. We are complete now. Let's let that go, release and move on. Those contracts are null and void. Shanta even mentioned the years, don't even know she's talking about our astrology. And it was 2010 to 2012 when Saturn, the reality planet, was in Libra. And that is when I did all kinds of calls and told people that's when the contracts got canceled, because 2012 was the reset for Earth. It was resets for so many things. And we made so many agreements and contracts prior to 2012, either under duress or without all the information or not in our right minds or whatever. But post 2012, you have permission to start clean. And every year since then has been a process of that evolution of stepping into a real new story that is connected to the social collective realms as well. So we get to choose, and we get to use the lunar energies to support ourselves as individuals, which is also really juicy. Because if we've had our whole consciousness reset individually, socially, collectively, then we move into Capricorn Cancer, and it's about what nourishes and feeds and protects you. And Shanta started out with the light and the mother. The whole concept of right now is to tune back in to replenish ourselves from the last 6 months of work that we put in. It's time to check in with ourselves and see what our needs are. We know what we want. We know our desires. But what do we need at this moment mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually? What is that? And it changes, it evolves. So I also love to give people permission to move with the rhythm, move with the cycles, move with your own nature, and get that language cooking for yourself that works for you and your people. But for me, it's always just, I used to be attracted to that. I used to like those things. I used to want to do those, and I've evolved. I want to do these different things now. And it's okay. It doesn't make anyone right, wrong, good or bad. So doing that to just sort of ease into this new territory where we're pioneering too, where we got to make it okay to say, I don't know. Let's be okay with the mystery. That's part of it. And when we let go and we don't need to know, and the mystery gets a little vote in, think of all the magic that's happened when that's happened for you, right? We all have those times where we got out of our own way and magic, pure magic happened. That's the zone we're in. That's what we can do with light. We can move it through our bodies. We can move it through our goals. We can move it through our prayers out into the world. It's about directing the light. And that was another thing. I forget what Shanta was saying earlier, but there's one of my articles where I was inspired to go through where we are translating the light. We are being the light. We are expressing the light. We are sharing the light. We are the light, so there's all kinds of ways to play with that to remind yourself that you are the light. But it is time to kind of check in and review and integrate. There's been a lot of conversation about not integrating our stuff. And we all get like that sometimes, where we gather information and we're not sure what to do with it yet. And if you sit with it and just allow certain pieces to go into your system and slow down and actually process and chew on it for a minute, then it becomes part of your base. Then it's embodied wisdom. It's part of you. And it's not just something you picked up along the way or read somewhere or learned from someone else. It's embodied. So that's what Cancer time gives us permission to do. We have a whole month where you have permission to do radical self-care, anything it takes to kind of reset your own system. Because think of it this way, in the annual cycle, we're working toward the harvest, which is a lot of hard work. That's even more hard work. We start out in winter solstice, that's incubation, that's behind the scenes. That's different activity. That's lunar activity, that's in the darkness. But we're in the light now, where there's going to have to be a lot of gathering and sorting and sifting and organizing and discerning what's good for you and what's not. And that goes for people, places, and situations. And like I said, those contracts as well. So checking in with your own foundation and your own, like I said, personal needs, security needs, your material needs, your emotional needs, what's up there? We just need a little check-in, and use this time to reset the reality that you're calling in with this new vision. So Uriel was so perfect because, like I said, this week alone, Mercury's going to go forward, but Jupiter and Neptune, which are our planets of faith and spirituality and our connection to God and all that is, they're going backwards. So our conscious mind can finally go forward on some ideas, but our spirit is also needing some replenishment. And both planets go backwards every year. not always in the same week. So that's very intense energy that we're all also feeling in the way that that fogginess or that ungroundedness that she also spoke of is part of these two slowing down in Pisces, where we're supposed to surrender to God, to surrender to our higher selves and our spirit and what needs healing, what needs wholeness right now. That's why we say integration, because our pieces are all over the place. If we could pull them in and integrate certain things, we'd be stronger, for whatever comes. So use what you can for the next month or two to check in with the story you're telling, because by the end of the year and by January in the new year, we are going to have to start making commitments and choices. But right now we're still exploring, we're still improvising and practicing and trying things. We're not pushing, but we're seeing what works and following our hearts and following the chi, following the energy, right? We want to go where the vitality is, because that's also what time it is right now. And it's time to gather that so that we can, it's almost like gathering energy to store it in your little battery pack, think of it that way. We're recharging, and then we're going to get a little extra juice in Leo time before we get to Virgo and Libra harvest time. So just knowing that the rhythm is very natural. We do it every year. Your body's already wired for it. And think about how much light you want to integrate this season. What do you want to do over the next 6 to 12 weeks? Where are you at in your process of things that you've initiated at the beginning of the year? Just assessing, and then definitely always being in gratitude for what is, no matter what it is. Let's just be grateful that it's leading to our next thing, and it's leading to the awakening that we need, or the illumination that we need to do that. And also, another big reminder is with the full moon coming up and with solstice being a culmination point as well, we're going to do this clearing, like I said, in contracts and commitments and responsibilities, and our boundaries are getting reinforced and reorganized as well. This is all preparation for the new beginning with Cancer new moon, which means you're resetting your own self-care. What is the quality nutrient that you need for your body, mind, and spirit right now? What is the renew? Because think about how our bodies change too. We all ate stuff when we were younger. We can't eat now. And our physical needs evolve and change. And so this week with those spiritual planets going backwards, we can dream a new dream. We can access that new and higher vision, and we can explore by activating our imagination and allowing that to lead us, to allow the heart and the imagination to lead. And then don't try to make sense of it immediately, just really allow, because that's what happens. We don't know in our conscious mind what it is immediately. We have to sit with it again and let it integrate a little bit and find out what it's going to be good for in your individual system. Because remember, it's all energy, and we all have access to a lot of the same energy. And then our own personal individual alchemical mix is unique in how that works and how they mix together, right? So we're resetting all that to be stronger, to pull out whatever you want done by the end of this year. And if we replenish now and we let go of certain obligations that are no longer ours anyway, we fulfilled them, we're done, then it's going to lead to this double dose of Aquarius full moon to a single dose of Leo new moon, which is going to flip the order and the rhythm. So again, we're in this zone where these 3 lunations matter, because they're shifting us in another direction. We're turning around. We do it every 18 months. Again, it's totally normal. Nothing unusual there. It's just, again, the alchemical mix of the sky pattern and whatever's going on with us individually is affecting that. So the reason the Leo Aquarius lunation is also really vital and important is because it's going to tie us into the bigger social collective cycles going on with Saturn in Aquarius and Uranus in Taurus. So that big push-pull between the old and the new that's going on socially collectively, this Aquarius Leo lunation is going to plug us into as individuals. And it's going to affect our charts in that way, where which aspect of that social collective story that's going on is related to your own individual story. And where are you breaking out of the old and the new and starting completely new reality? Completely new truth and story, completely new life path and direction. This is what's been reset. And so internally, the moon rules our emotions and our past lives and the skill sets we brought with us and the tribe we came from. So there's so much to following the moon for our own translation of the light, embodying the light, expressing the light, and learning how that works for us as individuals. So I know the meditation is going to be amazing, and it's going to help wire in. I'm going to invite my imagination to bring in that one piece I haven't considered yet, that is going to make my goals and things that I've done for the last 6 months shine. So asking for that piece of medicine that you need to feel whole again, asking for that clarity or that word or that understanding or that click where that aha happens. And you kind of knew what was going on, but now, oh my God, it makes so much sense. That's what happens when Shanta does her meditations. And then she doesn't even know, but she wires all the astrology in, and you all will get it another way. But I will refer you back to my 2021 overview, which is on my Karmic Tools blog website. And it's up on YouTube if you like to listen and watch sunset videos. But the 2021 overview has those special alignments, which are affecting us as well and affecting our solstice. One of those Saturn-Uranus activations was just June 14th. So we're still in that zone of breaking to realign, of out of comfort zone into new territory. It's not bad, it's just new territory. And so let's use the energies for what they're good for. And then that Leo Aquarius lunation real quick, that's when we're going to connect to our heart and our individuality and our unique piece that we're going to contribute to the whole, that we're bringing to that vision of social collective evolution of the bigger story, right? That's going to be your unique genius, your piece that's coming through, which is why it's so great to me to think that we're getting plugged in the way we will be next month. And then, like I said, that starts the new rhythm. By the end of the year, the eclipses have shifted too. So where the Gemini Sag eclipses have shaken us up and woken up that consciousness, the next round is Taurus Scorpio, where we have to embody it. We're going to make some choices and anchor them with the next set of eclipses. And that's going to change our values because our consciousness has changed. It's going to change our priorities because we've changed our thinking. And it's all good. Again, not good, not right or wrong or bad. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. So we are supported to open for the light if Shanta wants to come back. I am complete unless somebody has questions, or Shanta always thinks of things I forgot.
Can you hear me?
Now we can.
Okay. Well, thank you, Kelly. Wow, that was that's a lot. So we have the full moon is coming really shortly soon. Is there something that we should know about that so we can anchor in a different way or reimagine in a new way?
I would just maybe a burning bowl or a spiritual bath, which a spiritual bath is like a cup of white vinegar, a cup of baking soda, a cup of sea salt or Himalayan salt, and it clears your aura and helps your radiance shine through a little better. But I would say a burning bowl because it's release time. Just writing down everything you're ready to release out of your life and find a fire safe bowl, burn it, and either take it to living waters or bury it in the earth to be composted, whatever you feel drawn to do with the ashes. And it's been so effective. And that's something little you can do all the time. We do it every full moon. And so for sure, I would recommend that. And just again, feeling into what is and is not any longer your role or responsibility and allowing that to go with ease and grace. And then opening for that Cancer new moon of the perfect caretaking, the perfect nourishment, the perfect environment. I mean, think about we're both Cancers. I'm July 1st, Shanta's July 6th. So we're in our zone every year here. And this is our reset as well. And so just getting back to what feeds and nourishes and protects you. So if you need to clear something to make that possible, that's what the full moon is good for. And then illuminating where you're at with your bigger goals, because that is Capricorn. Capricorn is all about what we're building. And wherever that falls for you is the area of life that is getting a little bit of a restructuring. So that's all. And just keeping in mind the backwards forward stuff, because all the energies right now and for the next month or two are turning inward for you, like using those energies for you, the individual. When they all go forward, like when Jupiter goes backwards right now today with our solstice, We get to edit the story for the next 4 months. We get to rethink what we believe to be true or possible. We get to connect to our higher self and that higher vision, or go on a vision quest. Take this 4 months to think about it and figure out what story you want to tell by the end of the year. With Neptune going backwards, you're resetting your spiritual practices. This is perfect for the Anustan. It's such a good time for that, because it's supported by every other energy and entity going on as well. So those are good things to reset with the Cancer Capricorn. It's about you and your structure and your environment. It's very personal. If you know any Cancers, we take it all personal.
It's true.
We know consciously is not, but it feels like a violation to our bodies when crazy things happen in the world. So, and I can tell you that Pisces feels it for the world, Cancer feels it for the family and our kinfolk, and Scorpio feels it for the individual. So just knowing that those parts of us, that we all, again, have it somewhere. We're all an empath, a psychic, and an intuitive somewhere. That's our water energy. So not damming that up, not blocking that flow for sure. The eclipses shook a bunch of consciousness stuff loose, but now we can get in our bodies and figure out what we can really work with and what's going to be useful and relevant going forward. And again, with the filters and discernment and knowing yourself and knowing where you are in your own rhythm is very helpful. That's all I got. Use your imagination, improvise often.
That sounds great.
Much love, everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Good. Well, we have like a few minutes to say a couple of prayers. So the prayers that we are focused on for this solstice time have to do with the positive side of whatever we're seeing. Maybe what we see is too chaotic, or whatever. What we want then is to focus on what it is that we prefer. What is it that we truly do want to experience? And so that would be the background and the basis of our prayers. So if you have a prayer that you'd like to share, you can unmute yourself, and we're saying prayers for the world. We're saying planetary global awakening happening right this time. And so our prayers are all oriented in that way. And the Anustan that Kelly was just talking about, we're just finishing up the 5 days of spiritual practice. Many of the people in this circle here are part of that group, and it's part of our membership circle, the Compassionate Wisdom Circle, where we say prayers. We work together on a quarterly basis to have this group gathering of spirituality that lifts the consciousness of the planet. That's what we do together. And this is another aspect of what we do together. So you're invited to join. Kelly and I both have groups that meet together on a regular basis, and it's a really special thing to do. So let's have some prayers. Anybody want to unmute? And you can just go ahead and do that. I might start. Oh, no, go ahead. Go ahead.
Hi, Shanta.
Hello.
My name is Hannah. I just want to share this Sanskrit prayer of the Gayatri mantra that you mentioned, if that's okay.
Sure. I was going to do it too. I was going to do it also.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, we'll have two different versions maybe.
That's right. There's always a different version. It's all good.
Good. Om Bhur Swaha Tatsavitur Vareniyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhyo Prachodayat. Om. We meditate on the brilliant, blissful, eternal reality that is our true inner self, the light and love at the core of our heart and at the core of all beings. We meditate on the brilliant, blissful, eternal reality that is our true inner self. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone, I think that we are coming kind of close to our timing. I'd like to stay within an hour tonight. I promised people that I would. So we appreciate your prayer, Hannah, and we appreciate the love that came through in that beautiful prayer. Now we're going to get ready for a meditation. So I'm going to ask you to just relax. We're just going to be in a receptive mode. Have some water if you like, stay hydrated. When we're working in these higher levels, staying hydrated is really important. So let's take a deep breath now and tune into our most receptive heart. Just allow yourself to come close to your heart. Come into that place, that temple of the spirit that is you. In this beautiful place, we are surrounded and filled with light. You can breathe in the light right now. A deep breath. Feel the light filling every cell in your body, and exhale, radiate light back to the world. Breathe in the light. Become the light. Absorb the light. Fill all the empty spaces in your being with light. Fill yourself with light. Open to the light. Archangel Uriel is our soul companion in the light. He knows what we came here to do. He knows what our soul mission is in life. Allow that grace to enter into your body, to enter into your heart. And we ground this divine grace all the way through, down into the base of the spine, into the earth. From this place, you are grounding your dreams. What would be your highest soul reality? What would you like to experience in this special time? What do you need to let go of in order to receive more of what you have as your highest intention for life? You're creating freedom with your dreams. You're creating freedom with your ability to open into light, to allow this light to flow through you and guide your way. Your path becomes illuminated with divine light. With your breath, you embody divine light. You're drinking in divine light. The soul responds to the light. This divine light activates your soul's process for bringing in new levels of inspiration and guidance. It opens you into new realities that you only dreamed of. And that's the magic of light. The loving presence of your heart opens and responds to this light and feeds your mind with new opportunities to new levels of awakening energy. The light that we are experiencing now is greater than any light ever witnessed on the earth. We have insight, we have awareness, we have new levels of understanding that allow us to see what is true for us now. We've changed. It's not the same as it was. Our dreams, our beliefs, our families, our friends, our community has changed. We get to choose on new levels and amazing circumstances, creative solutions and opportunities, all that are completely aligned with your soul. We're opening in a new way. We're allowing this new opportunity. We're greeting the new story and purpose that we're dedicating our life to. What is it that has meaning for you? What gives your life more purpose? What strength do you need to call forward so you have more courage and willingness to accept what is and move in directions that you truly want to live in? Your freedom is here for you. Freedom allows you to imagine the greatest possible, most benevolent future, this happy ending to something that you have been wanting forever. These are what your soul's requirements are. It's what you need to nourish and nurture your soul's path. Allow yourself to drink in those possibilities. Expand your vision beyond what you normally can do. What is that greater perspective? What is the big picture that allows your dreams to come forward? Using the light, we visualize these dreams into being and we anchor them, we embody them, we purposefully bring them into our beings and anchor them on the earth so they become manifest reality. And the light allows us to do that. As we allow ourselves to open into these new levels of light, we are integrating our soul's gifts. This is a fabulous opportunity to be who we are and bless our lives in a new way. We're blessing our abilities to receive light. We're blessing our ability to share our soul purpose with others. We're bringing the courage in that allows us to open and receive light and then give it back out in radiant gifts for the planet. Our soul gifts. It's who we truly are. And it's our time to share that. Take a deep breath, breathing in the light. Let this light circulate through your being. Feel it fill all of your energy system. All of those hundreds, thousands of nerve endings that are in your body, breathing light into that. Blessing this new life that is opening to you now. The place where you feel the most vitality, the most curiosity, the most love. That is where you go. Follow those steps. There's no more supposed to, shoulds. All of that is past. That's the old way. We work from inspiration now. So breathing in the light allows that inspiration to work through our body. Inspire, breathe in light. We're going to breathe in the radiance of divine light, because I also really wanted to sing this Gayatri mantra, this radiant light that we are, that we receive, and then we become a beacon of radiant light for all humanity. May all live in the light. May all receive the light. May all be open and willing to receive light on levels they never imagined before. May there be light in this global awakening, so the hearts of all humanity open to receive love in a whole new way, at a whole higher level of consciousness. Om Bhurabhuvaha Swaha, Om Tat Savatur Varenyam, Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonaha Prachodayat. Om Bhurabhuvaha Swaha, Om Tat Savatur Varenyam, Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonaha Prachodayat. Om Bhurabhuvaha Swaha, Om Tat Savatur Varenyam, Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonaha Prachodayat. Dhiyo Yonaha Prachodayat. Dhiyo Yonaha Prachodayat. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. May peace prevail on the planet. May light fill everyone's heart. May new levels of joy and well-being and creativity work to bless the planet and bless all those who are working to bless the planet. May all be in harmony with the highest good of all concerned. May the light of truth and well-being and peace prevail in the hearts of all beings, now and always. May the earth thrive in this light. May the flow of the river of all creation work in and through each of us as we breathe in divine light. May it be so, and so it is. Deep breath, everyone. When you're ready, you can open your eyes. Thank you for being with us in this very special time. May light prevail in your life as well. May all that you need be here for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Shanta and Kelly.
Yes, thank you.
Namaste.
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 Namaste. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. See you next time.
Happy
Thank you.
solstice.
Happy solstice.
Happy solstice.
Yeah.
Okay.